Now, I stopped in the store and grabbed a few things the other day and ran a few errands. And one of the big takeaways was the people, the public, they're on edge. They're on pins and needles, just doing everyday things, grocery shopping, or just out to get a bite to eat. Everyone seems to be nervous, on edge, almost shaky, like they're expecting something. And that got me to thinking, with much of America just making it by financially month to month, and a lot of Americans being overworked, working 2 jobs, 1 side hustle, 3 jobs, 2 side hustles, you name it, Americans are being overburdened. And that creates a short fuse for many people. Now, you just turn on the news, no matter where you are, and it's absolute chaos somewhere at some time. And I haven't seen the country on edge like this since after 9/11. And those were different times financially for this country. And I'm concerned right now with what would happen if we had a Hurricane Katrina, some large earthquake, or another type of 9/11 tragedy happen now, while much of America is financially beaten down. And I think the outcome will be a lot somber than what we saw 20 some years ago. I've got a feeling that you might see people snap and break, and we'd have pockets of chaos break out in many places in this country. And I tell you what, if you're not prepared, not only financially, but actually physically, and I'm not talking about physically fit. I mean, that's great to have that, but I'm speaking about having enough food, having enough water, having a plan, having something that you can possibly barter with. That's what I'm speaking about. And as much as I see people on edge, it makes me wonder, when I glance at them, are they prepared for a what if scenario? And I don't think much of America is. So when the lights go out, there's going to be much of this country that's not prepared. And you're going to see hysteria break out. You're going to see a lot of people who commit self-harm because they're not prepared. They can't deal with change or adversity or difficult times. And that's what I'm seeing on a lot of faces of a lot of people in my travels. And if I'm seeing that here, I know you're seeing it in your area, on the faces of people where you are. And we have a lot of this generation that can't do without video games for a day. They can't do without their phones for one day, especially the younger generation. So if they're without these instruments for a week, many of these people, they're going to snap. They're going to break mentally. And we're ultimately going to be in a world of chaos here in America. And that's what I'm afraid of. And that's what I'm seeing written on people's face as I go about my daily business. Now, if we were to have some type of cataclysmic event after it blows over, I think what we're going to see is millions of more people homeless, because it seems like once there's a misstep, perhaps a misstep by not paying a bill, getting behind on one bill, it escalates and begins to snowball downhill. And then after you roll downhill, no one has the will to climb back up. And then many of those people, they're just stuck. And I think that's what we're going to wind up seeing, some type of surprise event that's going to throw everything out of whack. And I don't believe America is prepared. And if you're going to depend on politicians to solve the problem, I've got news for you. These guys are going to split in a New York second. And we've seen it in the past. When it gets cold, these guys, they flee to warmer places. So when a cataclysmic event happens, these guys, they're going to be on their yachts sailing away. And we're going to be on our own. Now, if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.